topic is about, even though most people...
Yes. Yeah. So, cut a long story short, myself and Kemet had seen everything that was going on with the China thing just over a week ago, or 2 weeks ago. And one morning I just woke up and I was just so mad. And I rang Kemet and we spoke about it. And I said we need to do something. So I suggested that we just do a video. We didn't know what the outcome would be. We just said that we have to start from somewhere. We're just two people. And it's not like we've got a massive platform or anything like that, because we don't. But we're two people that's passionate, compassionate, caring, and just wanted to, if we could at least just get the message out and let people know what's going on, because it just seemed like everyone was silent, everybody was blinded. Everyone sees it and they say, oh, that's really bad, but no one does anything about it. So for me and Kemet, like, it was emotional, and we just said, okay, we're going to do this video. And I did say to Kemet, all right, should we just write a script? And Kemet was like, no, make it be from the heart. And we were like, okay. So she said she'll shoot a video now, I'll do mine. And that was it, wasn't it, Kemet? And we just put the video together and we just put the clip up. And if you don't know, it was to do with, as I said, our brothers and sisters in China being evicted from their homes just because of the color of their skin, that they are black, and they're associating this disease now with black people because they're saying black people are having the most deaths. These people have paid their rent. They've, for 6 months, they're students. They've been invited to come and study. Do you know what I mean? There's women over there, families over there with kids, with children, pregnant. They can't get access to healthcare. They cannot get access to food. We're living in the year 2020. How is this allowed to happen? And where are, as Kemet quietly pointed out in the video, where are our people with a voice that have a platform? Where are our footballers? Where are our MPs? Where are our prime ministers? Where are the celebrities? They're all quick to jump on and do stuff for the NHS and for every other single foundation, raising millions and millions of pounds. But when it's to do with our black brothers and sisters, everybody just turns a blind eye. No longer. So that's what this is. Sorry, that's what this is going around. But that's what it's about this evening.
So anybody that has any comments and so forth about it, just come forward. I mean, I did, before we did the speak. Is it speak out? I can't remember. I'm so tired today. What was it, Jeanette?
Before we did the
shout out, stop it.
Stop the silence. Yeah, stop it. Stop the silence.
That's how much nothing's staged, because I didn't even remember. Stop the silence. Yeah, that's how much we don't stage anything, because you also have people, and I mean, people who know me know I've been on Liberation Road from birth. It's not a joke.
Exactly.
Okay? And when you have people that may say you're doing it, or believe you're doing it for some kind of publicity stunt, or for, what's another word they may say, for attention
Seeking or grabbing or whatever,
it kind of breaks my heart, because anyone that knows me would also know that I don't have to seek attention. I forever got attention, maybe too much attention. So I don't have to seek attention for one thing. And these kind of things, and it's not strangers, these are people that you know, not people, because it's probably just a selective couple of people. And the sad thing is, we're asking people, we're saying, where are the voice of the celebrities, the so-called leaders, African leaders, quote unquote, those sitting on the world stage? But yet still, they don't feel, our people, regular people, our friends, our family members don't feel that they should be obligated just as much as them to share it and to speak out and to stop the silence. So when I see that, it kind of strikes me as a little bit disturbing. And I can see why people wouldn't want to speak out, much less because I'm small fry and people's talking that kind of crunk. So imagine if it's celebrities, oh, they're just doing it to get publicity. Well, celebrity is a publicity. Being a celebrity is a publicity
absolutely
figure. I've never been a public figure. I've always been a private figure. Okay, I do what I have to do for liberation, yeah, but I'm also a very private figure. So when people chat that kind of crunk, it upsets me because I've been asked, and loads of you radio DJs will know this, to be on the radio station to speak out from Powersis, from before that, even when I'm on Liberation Road. Yes, sometimes I would do it when it was about education, when I was a lot younger, but from the time Powersis had a team, and even after Powersis team, a lot of people separated, but there's still people, another set come up, like Goddess Georgina and them, who kind of more or less run Powersis. They would go and be the spokesperson. I don't have to put myself out for no publicity. So I just want to clear that up. When I'm saying to people, share it, it's because people's going to turn around and say, well, you want celebrities to share it. I don't see your people sharing anything. What about you lot? Because it starts with us. Before we call out anybody else, it starts with us. Okay?
Exactly.
So just getting back on track with the whole China thing, I did see some videos on it in the beginning, and it broke my heart. The first take when myself and Jeanette did about the thing, the whole thing, call out to why aren't people doing something about it. My aim of that was to ask celebrities to please, beg them, please, and those on the world stage to speak out and do something about it, bring about an awareness, right? That's what that was about. And then with that video has now gone viral. And with that video, our phones been inundated with texts and messages, instant DMs, and people saying, 99% of it has been positive. People saying, well, where can we help? What can we do? But we'll talk about that later. But you have one or two that will be saying, well, what's blacks doing in China? Anyway, now that knocked me for a couple of pennies as well, because blacks are in China for many different reasons. Like blacks came to the UK for many different reasons. And when I say black, I always say for want of a better word, because a lot of us still don't want to be identified with African, even though I classify myself as an African. But if I say blacks, you know, if I'm African, most of you would think it's not obligated to you as an African, or even in America. So I'm going to keep it as black so that you guys know exactly that I'm talking to all of us. Okay, none of us are exempt. So when I'm talking about the whole xenophobia and the violations of what's happening to our people in China, and people turn around and say to me, well, what are they doing there anyway? There's many reasons why they're there. Manufacturing, number one, everyone knows that to get things manufactured in China is much cheaper than anywhere else in the world. The iPhone, which you pay £1,200 from, maybe £800 for, costs £5 to manufacture in China. So when you see our brothers and sisters in China, it's for an economic reason more than anything else, to get what their business is done, manufacturing.
Absolutely.
Or they're teaching, where they're paying them 70 grand a year to teach English in pounds, and they get that money, come back, and they can make themselves a little headway. Okay, so when we say, well, what they do in there anyway, same like how any other races anyway, more often than not, is for economic reasons. It's not for a takeover like other races do when they go to the Caribbean or China. It's solely because of economic reasons, because none of them really want to live in China. That's number one. Number two, when we've seen the videos of people getting beaten and so forth on the streets by these Chinese police, and someone was saying to me, they actually take it in turns, do shifts, because they kick these people out of their apartments, so they're on the street. So you have a group of police following them from about, let's say they got kicked out 6 o'clock in the morning and they have nowhere to live. You've got a group of police following them. This is daily, 6 o'clock till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Another shift takeover, 1 o'clock till 9 o'clock at night. And another shift takes over from 9 o'clock till 1 o'clock in the morning, until the people lie down on the streets and sleep. So you imagine that. So they're doing that so they can't go and find any abode in case somebody sneaks and let them in. So you imagine that. So they have to sleep on the streets. Okay. You see them going into McDonald's. People, there's one going around where they're holding McDonald's. I'm calling you out as well. holding McDonald's, a sign in McDonald's saying no blacks allowed, and
Exactly.
of the people sleeping on the streets came into the McDonald's, and everyone ran to the back of the McDonald's like black people are the ones carrying the corona, and none of them has been tested for having corona, and they're testing them willy-nilly, and they ain't even got the corona. So when they're doing that, I think there's more to it, because they want to take the emphasis out or off of themselves, so they're now placing it on Africa, because Africa take the run. And these Chinese people, they don't care if you're African from the motherland, from your black, you're African.
You're African. You're African.
You understand?
Can I?
Yeah. And there's another man, couple, because a lot of people don't know what's going on still up to today. Because even when our video went out, people were saying, I didn't know all of this was happening in China.
Exactly.
They didn't know. So more and more with this video, the Stop the Silence that's gone out, more and more information is coming to me daily when people are saying, sis, did you know this? Did you know that? And there's a group of, oh God, I can't remember the name. I'll try and get it if it's in my phone. I can't remember. Called Vegan Something. And they tell you, someone sent it to me about earlier on today, but I didn't look at it till just a minute ago because I thought it's about vegan food, but it's not. It tells you a lot of things about what's going on in China, how people's been treated. And apparently they've been doing this for a couple of years. Okay, I don't know if they're based in China or they're based there, but they've been reporting incidences for a couple of years, and this is nothing new. Chinese have forever been racist, right?
Can I say?
Could you just let me? Sorry, Shanette, but let me just finish, and then you. I just want to.
All right, go on.
These are things that's stressing at my heartstrings.
Yeah, go on. Say it, say it.
But I don't really see that in America. I don't really see that in England. Load of rubbish. You guys, I remember in America, if you want to go and get hair, any hair product, whether it's coconut oil for our hair, if someone's doing locks and want to get the what do you call it, the gel, whatever, right? All the shops are just like the Pax and them, the Indian shops are control the black hair monopoly over here. In America, it's the Chinese, and when you go in the shops, they walk around and follow you like you everybody's a team. You understand me? So don't buy. Oh, don't you're not going to buy. Don't come in there and go out. You know, dogmatic. You understand? So, which we shouldn't be going in their shops anyway. But we don't control anything. So, getting back to this married couple, there was this man, a black man. I think he's American. Is he American? I think. I'm not sure. Married to a white woman. They've gone to China. I don't know if he's got a business deal working with somebody or the other. He's there in China now. Watch him. He's one of the lucky ones. Why do he classify himself as lucky? Because he's with the white wife. They said to him, you don't have to be evicted, but what we're going to do, barricade you in your house. So he's barricaded his house, locks, they can't get out. They're bringing them food and that. But because they never put him on the street because the white woman's there, and they think white America is going to do something about it if they see they allow him. So he classifies himself as a lucky one. How does that still make you lucky? So sometimes worst enemy, and this is where I think as well, there's more to it, because there's these two brothers that, when I say brothers, I don't know if they're biological brothers, but they're brothers as in Africans from the motherland, went to China, went to university there, and they started to manufacture, they created a smartphone. This smartphone is supposed to be better than the iPhone, supposed to be better than any Samsung, and it's supposed to be there, last for life, okay? So they got the patent, they went back to Africa. So they turned around and they said, the Chinese people, apparently they put out their video about it or something. I haven't seen it yet. Their Facebook and how the smartphone is, and now they manufactured it in China, obviously because resources is cheaper. And when they were studying, they look at how, because China creates a lot of technology, makes it, but a lot of the skills come from Africa in terms of the knowledge. So they went, when they're studying there, they used their knowledge and all that, and they built this smartphone, and they said they've gone back to Africa, so this is going to be the baddest smartphone. The Chinese people are going mad. that phone should be manufactured in China and controlled by the Chinese. How dare they? Because they learned about it in China. Why? Because in Africa, the Chinese control 70 to 75% of the mobile phone industry. Can you imagine that, and how big the African continent is? 70 to 75%. So those brothers are on $1 trillion thing to make a phone badder than the iPhone and badder than any Samsung.
Exactly.
So they want to label us and say, well, you know, we got corona and all these things, so nobody bothers with Africa again.
The fuck, absolutely.
Always bigger things behind this. 99% of the time it's to do with economics. You know, it breaks my heart and it makes me sick. So when I'm speaking passionately about things like that, because the first video, what we did about it, Stop the Silence, Jeanette would tell you, I was in tears. I couldn't even put out that video. Jeanette and then thought, no, it's too inappropriate. You can't just be crying down the place with a video. You understand? So I had to wait a few hours and do another one where the message gets across so clear. So it's not a joke to me. So when people try to insult my passion, that's another turn. So anybody that needs to call in, please dial 07549 326 565. That's 07549 326 565. And sorry,
and just to, oh, sorry.
It's just not good.
Just to piggyback off what you said, like with all of what you've just said as well, and as you said that, I know there's a few people that have hit me up. I've given them a WhatsApp number. If you want a video call and basically say something, then most definitely do that. Hold on, that could be somebody calling right now. 1 second, if you are calling, bear with me. Oh, oh, look. I don't know if you guys can see that.
I can't see what it says because it's upside down.
Is it upside down?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's coming out on the screen upside down.
Oh, yeah, the other way around. It says stop. No, it's like, yeah.
Stop silence. Hey.
Stop the silence. Thank you.
You've got Selenite Management's full support. I'm so proud of you two. Look, even though it's you two, come on, it's got to start somewhere. You lot you've made me proud. I'm so proud of you. I'm going to touch on some points that you've made. The NHS, I have a friend who works in the NHS.
What's your name?
Obviously,
your name. Your name. Say who you are.
Anna from Selenite Management.
Nice to meet you, Sana.
Hi, Kemet. I'm going to touch on some points. I've got a friend who works in the NHS. She does the lab, and she confirmed, even though the NHS have been gagged here in the UK, she confirmed that they're not testing for corona. They're just basically people who would normally die of cancer or anything, it's going to be put down as corona.
Yes.
So people are going to have funerals. They're not even testing for it. So that's one aspect. I saw a video of a black lady talking about her diabetic grandfather, and they put him in a ward full of other black people. This is in the UK. Full of other black people who have suspected corona, and he didn't even have it.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that. It was her dad.
These are the kind of things that's happening here in the UK. It's happening in the States. We've got a whistleblower scientist who put up a YouTube video the other day talking about how the blacks are being targeted because they are easier to be targeted.
100. And why do you think, Sana, that we as black people may be easier to target?
I think a lot, I'm going to be honest, I think a lot of the government dynamics, they basically enjoy watching divide and conquer.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to dividing a community, that means they can conquer them. And that's what's happened. I mean, black-owned business who's making masks, but the government doesn't want to buy those masks, and they're saying that, you know, we need those masks. There's a black-owned company that has them. loads of them in abundance, but they're refusing to buy off them. Why?
Yeah, me.
And I heard there's a lady, I heard that she's the head of the people that do the PPEs, and it's the CEO's a black woman, and she called them out and saying they don't want to, they're the main people that can tell them where to get all the PPE equipment and the right equipment for the right thing, because that's what they've been doing for over 150 years, some of these companies. It's because she's the CEO as a black woman, the government refused to go through it, and that's here.
Kemet, Sana's one of the ones that advocated for us to start a GoFundMe page, a crowdfunding page.
Oh.
And from we've started this sorry, I just want to say, from she saw the video, she hit me up straight away. And she was like, Shanette, Kemet, anything you want me to do, I'm there for you. I work with a team on Sunday Night Management, her company, and she's ready and willing to do anything that we need her to do. So that's amazing.
Listen, I've got a mixed race child, right? But in the eyes of everybody else, he will always be considered black.
Exactly.
Yeah? And if it means something to me to stand up, because I've had to deal with institutional racism from when he was young up until now. Enough.
Thank you, Sana. Thank you.
We are one race, and people need to start realising that we're one race. We are the human race. We all bleed the same. We all hurt the same. And as soon as people start standing up and uniting, then we can just destroy this kind of establishment, because that's what it is. It's an establishment that's divided and conquered us for years. And it's time to stop. And I'm so proud of you lot for doing it. I'm honestly really proud that you've taken that step and said, you know what, enough's enough. Our voices need to be heard. And I can only commend you. And for all the people that think that you're attention seeking, you know what? Get up and do something.
Thank you. Exactly.
Stop talking and stop putting other people down. Get up and do something.
Oh, thank you. I can hear your anger as well, Sana. So I just want to say, I know you called me and you was passionate, but there's so many other people that want to speak, and there's so many other people that want to speak and come on. The phone is pinging off, so like we'll touch base. You know, I'll let you join in with Kemet. We can all have a freeway. Do you understand what I'm saying? And we can start making solutions. Yeah.
Can I call out my celebrity?
Yeah. Oh, you want to call out a celebrity? Go on.
The celebrity I'm calling out, where's your voice, Ashley Waters?
Oh my gosh, thank you, Sana.
Right.
Stop the silence. Thank you. Thank you, Tina. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, how about that? Anybody that wants to call in, people that called me today and said they want to do a live, hit me up. You've got the number. Just call in. How sweet was that, Kim?
That's a different number from what I called out, though.
No, that's my WhatsApp. That's what I'm saying. People were calling me today saying, "Show, can we get on the video?" So I said, "Just call this." You know, really, I shouldn't, but I said, "Just call this number if you want a video." Look, popping off.
What I did like, I respected the honesty. Even as she's a white person, knows that she's seen racism left, right, and centre, not on her, but having a mixed race son, and no matter what he's considered as black. So that honesty, you know, is what I appreciate, because I always say, when it comes to our issues and police brutality and racism, where is the voice of the white people that's with black partners or have black children? Where are their voices? Where are you speaking for us? So I do respect Sana for saying that. That's the first time I've ever seen that, like, live.
She was so passionate when she saw it. I think we've got Shiloh on the phone. Shiloh?
Yo, we say.
You can't. Oh, you don't want to be seen now?
Can't you see me?
No, it's all black.
To be young, gifted, and black. Where we are, I don't know what I'm doing. What's going on? Why is it not showing?
I don't. Your camera's turned off, and you might have your thumb in front of the thing. All right, he's gonna call back, I think. That was Shiloh Malone, but yeah, sorry, Kemet, go on.
Yeah, that was that. So I do respect that fact, but I don't know if people are there because I'm going up.
Okay. Oh, there he is. Look, Shiloh.
Peace and love, my brother.
You good?
Yeah, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm just like disappointed. Like I got my little saying here, stop the silence.
Go on.
Yeah.
Go on, you lot are amazing.
And you stop the silence.
Thank you.
I posted up a post on my Facebook with regards to the Tuskegee experiment, where they took a lot of black slaves to the south, apparently, and injected them with syphilis.
Yeah.
They weren't slaves, free people.
Free people, yeah.
Right, telling them that they're going to get free healthcare. Now, I saw the correlation with what is going on today. Yeah, and when I posted it up, a lot of my white associates on Facebook jumped on, and they really took offense to what I was trying to say within the message. Their friends, yeah, on Facebook, stepped in to really understand that this is an injustice that's been going on from the beginning of time, and it's still prevalent today, and it's hurtful, yeah, and it's the playing field is not balanced, and at the end of the day, we all need to speak up. And there's too many of us black folks. What's that saying? There's so many skin folk, but not kin folk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Many black people out here, you ain't supporting your people. You're more than happy to stay at home, and as long as it doesn't affect you, yeah, as long as you're okay, as long as you're able to go home and turn on your light and have your shower and watch your little TV because you feel you're living in the Western world in England, that it doesn't affect you, but it does affect you. It affects us all. It affects our children. Ancestors are watching us, and right now they're disappointed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you.
Come on, Sean.
That we need to come together as black people. And let me tell you something. This is another thing, because Rihanna said it. Yeah, she said it the other day. Like, we've got friends from all different nationalities and race, and if they like you, if they want to break bread with you, yeah, that's what I'm saying to you, they need to pull up as well.
100.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. And for all of this social media bullshit, yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. They need to be doing it behind the closed doors as well. You understand what I'm saying to you? And really start speaking up on the social injustice with what's going on today. I think it's disgusting, and I want to call out all of them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. Stormzy, you know what I mean? He's got big clout. He needs to be speaking up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. Stormzy, Nole, all of them people. Yeah, that's
Seth London, come on.
I'm sure they're doing their thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. I'm sure they're speaking up in some ways, but I need them to speak up more. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you, because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? We're good people. And that's all I got to say, really, you know?
Well, thank you, Shiloh. Stop the silence, 100%. You've given us your voice. And hopefully with you and Sana giving your voice, everybody else is as well. So this is what we want. This ain't about attention grabbing. This ain't about me and Kemet. This is about spreading that awareness and people coming forward. And we've had beautiful people like you hit us up, like Kemet said, asking us to, you know, advocating for us to do crowdfunding, to do this. They want to send money to Africa. They want to send clothes, supplies. You know, they want us to rent a house in China so that people can have somewhere to live. So we're working on all of this. So anyone that's got any ideas or solutions, come to us, help us out. Anyone that knows me and Kemet, we don't have all the money in the world, but we will put our money where our mouth is, or our mouth where our money is, whatever, however it goes. And we're doing what we can do. So it takes one.
Warfare going on right now. It's a spiritual warfare thing, and people of color are getting the brunt of what's going on now, and it's not fair, and it's wrong, and we will rise, because we've been rising from the beginning of time. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And read between the lines. When I posted what I posted, it wasn't even about a black and white people. No. I'm saying what I'm saying here. I'm saying at the end of the day, yeah, no one should be stepping on nobody to get above. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean, we as black people, and I'm talking about black people, need to come together, because too much of us black people are scared. Stop being scared. Yeah, you're too scared to speak up. Yeah, because you want to lose your followers. Or you think, say you don't want to say it because you know, whoever, you understand what I'm saying to you, the powers that be, or whoever, or your friends, or your white girlfriend, or your white boyfriend, or whatever, you understand what I'm saying to you, stop being scared, yeah, speak up and speak your truth, you understand what I'm saying to you, that's all I'm going to leave you guys with, stop being scared.